SCHD might be one of the simplest ways to reach financial freedom, especially if you work a regular 9 to 5 job, but only if you understand how to use it correctly. In this video, you'll understand what SCHD is, how it works, when it doesn't. Make sure you watch until the end so you can avoid costly investing mistakes. Timestamps are included in the description and comments, so feel free to skip to any section. Now, let's begin. First, let's clear up what financial freedom really means. Financial freedom is simple. It's when your passive income covers your basic expenses. If your monthly expenses are $2,000 and your investments generate $2,000, you've reached financial freedom. It doesn't mean being extremely rich. It doesn't mean quitting your job overnight. It just means your money can support your life. But this is where most people get it wrong. They think financial freedom comes from one big win, one lucky stock, one perfect trade. But in reality, it rarely works that way. Real financial freedom is built slowly, through consistency, through discipline, and often through very boring systems. And that is exactly why SCHD matters. So before we talk about returns, dividends, and strategy, we need to answer one key question. Why is SCHD one of the simplest ways to reach financial freedom? SCHD stands for the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. But that name sounds more complicated than it really is. Here is the simple version. SCHD is a collection of around 100 companies, not random companies, strong, established businesses that generate real cash. For example, companies like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Home Depot, these are not small, risky startups. These are large companies with steady customers, steady revenue, and steady profits. When you buy SCHD, you are not betting on one company. You are buying a basket of businesses, all working, all generating income, all contributing to your investment. And here's the key idea. These companies don't just grow, they also pay dividends. That means they share part of their profits with you. So instead of waiting years to sell your investment, you are actually getting paid along the way, quarter by quarter, year by year. And that simple difference is what makes SCHD very powerful for long-term investors. But understanding what SCHD is only the beginning, because the real advantage comes from understanding how it actually works behind the scenes. First, SCHD does not include every company that pays a dividend. It filters them very carefully. It looks for companies with strong cash flow. That means businesses that consistently generate real money, not just growth, not just hype, actual profits. Second, it looks at debt. Companies with too much debt are risky. So SCHD prefers companies that are financially stable. Third, it looks for consistency. Not just companies that pay dividends once, but companies that have a history of paying and growing those dividends over time. So what you end up with is a group of companies that are not only profitable, but also disciplined. Now let's talk about how you actually get paid, because this part is very important. These companies generate profits. A portion of those profits is paid out as dividends. Those dividends go into the ETF, and then the ETF distributes them to you. Dividends feel like extra income, but in reality, they are just part of your total return. So the flow looks like this. Companies make money. They pay dividends. SCHD collects it and then pays you. Usually this happens every quarter. So about 4 times a year, you receive income without selling anything. Now here's where things become powerful. You have 2 choices. You can take the cash and use it as income, or you can reinvest it automatically. This is called DRIP, dividend reinvestment. When you reinvest, your dividends buy more shares. More shares generate more dividends, and those dividends buy even more shares. This creates a compounding effect, and over time, it starts to accelerate. Think of it like planting a tree. At first, growth is slow, but as the tree gets bigger, it produces more seeds, and those seeds grow into more trees. That is how SCHD builds wealth, not through speed, but through consistency. But here is where many people get confused. They see the income and they think that is the whole story. It is not, because income alone does not tell you whether an investment is truly good or not. Now that you understand how SCHD works, it becomes much easier to see why so many investors are drawn to it. The first reason is simple: income. SCHD pays you regularly, not by selling your investment, but by distributing profits from real businesses. This creates a very different feeling compared to growth investing. Instead of watching numbers go up and down, you are actually receiving cash. That feels more tangible, more stable, and for many people, more reassuring. The second reason is stability. SCHD focuses on mature companies, companies that already have strong business models, steady customers, predictable revenue. Because of that, it tends to move less aggressively than high growth assets. It will not shoot up as fast, but it also usually does not fall as sharply. The third reason is simplicity. You don't need to pick individual stocks. You don't need to constantly monitor the market. You are buying a system, a group of companies that are already filtered for quality, and then letting time do the work. This combination, income, stability, and simplicity, is exactly why many investors build their long-term portfolios around SCHD, especially when they start thinking about financial freedom. But now we need to address the biggest question. Can you actually live off SCHD? The honest answer is yes, but it depends on one thing: how much capital you have invested. SCHD typically yields around 3 to 4% per year, so let's keep the math simple. If you have $500,000 invested, that could generate roughly $15,000 to $20,000 per year. If you have $1 million invested, that could generate around $30,000 to $40,000 per year. So yes, it is possible to live off SCHD, but it is not instant. It requires time, it requires consistency, and it requires building up enough capital. This is where many people realize financial freedom is not about hitting a jackpot. It is about building something that pays you over time. This is where many people misunderstand the idea. They see dividends and they think income comes quickly. But in reality, SCHD is not a shortcut. It is a system, a slow and steady way to build income over time. And this is also where expectations need to be managed, because while SCHD feels stable and while the income is attractive, it does have trade-offs. And if you don't understand those trade-offs, you might use SCHD in the wrong way. The first thing you need to understand is this: dividends are not free money. When a company pays a dividend, that money comes out of the company. And because of that, the stock price adjusts. So while it feels like you are receiving extra income, you are actually receiving a portion of the value you already own. This is important because many beginners believe dividends are a bonus. They are not. They are part of your total return. And that brings us to the second point. Total return matters more than just income. An investment has two components: price growth and dividends. Some investments grow faster, some pay more income. But what really builds wealth is a combination of both. This is where SCHD starts to show its limitation. SCHD focuses on income and stability, but because of that, it often grows slower than high-growth ETFs. For example, compare SCHD with QQQ. QQQ focuses heavily on technology and growth companies during strong bull markets. Growth tends to outperform, sometimes by a large margin, and this is exactly what happened in recent years. SCHD underperformed, not because it was bad, but because the market favored growth. This is a key concept. Markets move in cycles. Sometimes growth leads, sometimes value leads. SCHD sits more on the value and income side. So when growth stocks are dominating, SCHD can feel slow, even disappointing. And this is why some investors start questioning it. They see other portfolios moving faster. They feel like they are missing out. But here's the reality. No single ETF wins in every environment. If you choose growth only, you get higher upside, but also higher volatility. If you choose income and stability, you get smoother performance, but slower growth in certain periods. So the question is not which one is better. The real question is, when should you use each one? Because once you understand that, you stop chasing performance and you start building a system. And that leads us to the next step, comparing SCHD with other ETFs, so you can clearly see where it fits. Let's start with a very common comparison: SCHD versus VOO. VOO tracks the S&P 500. That means it holds 500 of the largest companies in the United States. It includes everything: technology, healthcare, financials, consumer companies. So VOO gives you broad exposure. It grows with the overall market. Compared to SCHD, VOO has more balance between growth and income. It still pays dividends, but its main strength is long-term growth. So if you had to simplify it, VOO is the foundation, SCHD is the income layer. Now let's look at another comparison: SCHD versus QQQ. QQQ focuses heavily on technology, companies like Apple, Microsoft, and other high-growth names. This means one thing: higher potential returns, but also higher volatility. When the market is strong, QQQ often grows faster, sometimes much faster, but when the market drops, QQQ can fall harder as well. Compared to that, SCHD is more stable. It does not depend heavily on tech. It focuses on companies that generate steady cash. So again, simplified. QQQ is growth, VOO is balance, SCHD is income and stability. Think of it like this. QQQ builds speed, SCHD builds stability, and VOO sits in the middle. And this leads to a very important idea. These ETFs are not competing with each other. They are playing different roles. If you only choose one, you are limiting your strategy. But if you combine them properly, you can balance growth, stability, and income. That is how experienced investors think, not in terms of which one is best, but in terms of what role does each one play. And once you understand that, the next question becomes much clearer. When does SCHD actually make sense for you? And just as important, should you be buying it right now? The answer depends on two things, your stage of life and your goal. Let's start with life stage. If you are in your 20s, your biggest advantage is time. You have decades ahead of you, so growth matters more than income. In this stage, SCHD can still be useful, but usually as a smaller portion of your portfolio. If you are in your 30s or 40s, things start to shift. You may still want growth, but you also begin to value stability and maybe some income. This is where SCHD starts to make more sense as part of a balanced portfolio. If you're closer to retirement or already retired, income becomes much more important. At this stage, SCHD can play a larger role because it helps generate cash flow without needing to sell your investments. Now let's talk about your goal. If your goal is maximum growth, SCHD alone is not enough. You will likely need exposure to growth assets as well. If your goal is income and stability, SCHD becomes much more relevant. If your goal is balance, then SCHD fits somewhere in between. Now let's address the question many people are thinking. Should you buy SCHD now or should you wait? This is where many investors get stuck. They try to time the market, they wait for the perfect moment. But the problem is, the perfect moment rarely appears clearly. A more practical approach is consistency. Instead of trying to predict the perfect time, you invest regularly. This is called dollar cost averaging. You buy at different prices over time, sometimes higher, sometimes lower. And over the long run, this smooths out your entry and reduces the risk of bad timing. So the key idea is simple. Consistency usually beats timing. If SCHD fits your strategy, then the exact timing matters less than your discipline. And once you decide to include SCHD, the next question becomes very clear. How much of it should you actually own, and how should it fit into your portfolio? A simple way to think about your portfolio is to break it into three parts. First, growth. These are assets designed to grow faster over time. They may be more volatile, but they drive long-term wealth. Second, market exposure. This gives you broad coverage of the overall economy. It keeps your portfolio balanced. Third, income. This is where SCHD sits. It provides cash flow and helps stabilize your portfolio. So instead of asking, should I go all in on SCHD? A better question is, how does SCHD fit into my system? Now let's answer the practical question. How much SCHD should you own? There is no single perfect number, but there are useful ranges. If you are growth focused, you might keep SCHD between 0 to 20%. If you want a balanced approach, you might keep it around 20 to 40%. If your goal is income and stability, you might increase it to 40 to 60%. These are not strict rules. They are guidelines. The key is alignment. Your allocation should match your goal. Now let's address another common question. Should you keep buying SCHD over time? If your goal is long-term investing, then the answer is usually yes, especially during market downturns. Because when prices drop, your dividends can buy more shares. And over time, that increases your future income. This is where consistency becomes powerful. You are not trying to predict the market. You are building your position, step by step. And this leads to an important mindset. SCHD is not about quick wins. It is about building a system that works over time. And once you understand that, the final step becomes simple. How do you actually start? Step 1, open a brokerage account. This is the platform that allows you to buy and hold investments. If you are just starting, choose something simple and easy to use. Platforms like Webull or Moomoo are commonly used by beginners. Step 2, deposit funds. Start with an amount you are comfortable with. It does not need to be large. Consistency matters more than size. Step 3, search for SCHD. Once your account is set up, you can simply type SCHD into the search bar. Step 4, buy your first shares. You can start small. Even one share is fine. The goal is to begin. Step 5. Invest regularly, reinvest your dividends, and allow time to do the work. That is how the system starts building. And while the process itself is simple, there are still a few mistakes that can quietly slow you down. Mistake 1. Chasing yield. Some investors only look for the highest dividend, but higher yield often comes with higher risk. And sometimes, those dividends are not sustainable. Mistake 2. Over-allocating to SCHD. SCHD is strong, but it is not everything. If you put too much into income, you may limit your long-term growth. Mistake 3. Ignoring growth completely. Income feels good, but growth is what builds wealth faster over time. You need both. Mistake 4. Expecting fast results. SCHD is not designed for quick gains. It works slowly, through consistency and compounding. Mistake 5. Panic selling during downturns. Markets will go down. That is normal, but selling during fear often locks in losses. Mistake 6. Misunderstanding dividends. Dividends are not extra money. They are part of your total return. If you don't understand this, you may overestimate how powerful they are. Mistake 7. Copying others without understanding. Just because someone else has a certain allocation does not mean it fits your situation. Your strategy should match your goals, not someone else's. If this helped you see SCHD more clearly, subscribe to us because we help you build wealth quietly. Until next time, invest with clarity, not confusion.